right? Yeah, at the mouth of Mediterranean. Yeah, that's a really cute place looking. I knew I'd heard of it. So that's a British territory?
They have crazy monkeys.
He concurs. We have monkeys.
Yeah.
Rock of Gibraltar. Okay. Right on. Okay, cool. Learn something new every day. Now I know where that is. I knew I'd heard of it a lot, and I've heard of that Rock of Gibraltar there from Philip. Dorn is against the monkeys, though. He says they want your food.
Just give it to them.
Yeah, just eat the little guys.
It's like when you get mugged, do you fight the guy or do you give him your wallet?
Oh no, he says they just take it. They just mug you.
You don't have a choice.
You don't have a choice. And Alex,
wow. Everybody's out there is telling monkey stories.
The monkeys robbed me and pickpocketed my phone and wallet and threw it down the rock. Oh. Greg says, yeah, I saw that on Nature last night, the monkeys at the beach. And then they laughed. The monkeys stole your stuff, threw it down the rock, and then laughed at you and pointed.
Clever monkeys.
Oh, that's great. Now I know. So when I go to the Rock of Gibraltar to chain my wallet and phone to my body. Well, that's hilarious. All right. Very cool. Oh, I see the picture of the rock now. Oh, wow. It's a big slanted rock. I see it. Wow. Pretty water. Very cool. I have to put that on my bucket list. The monkeys of Gibraltar. I got to go check this out. I got to watch them vandalize people. Mug people. Take my camera. What's that?
Oh, excuse me.
All right, guys. Anybody else have any funny stories to tell? Other than that, I guess we'll, if not, we'll go ahead and get started here. I think the guys on the other side are ready. Mr. John and Chris. Some of you may know John and Chris. They've been around for a long, long time. I'll get to that in just a second, though. Check out the Gibraltar Airport. There's a road to the runway. Like they got like a railroad track. They have like barriers that open and close. Okay, you can go down. No planes are coming. Wow, that's interesting. Never heard of that before. Seems dangerous. Well, somebody crashes the gate, smashes a plane. Has it ever happened? Has there ever been like a wreck, a car and a plane wreck? Probably not. You'd have to be insane to, run that one. I don't know. I don't know. People get hit by trains. Why can't you see one of those coming? No. Big light, big horn, big sounds. Seems like a plane would be easier to avoid. All right. Let's get this party started. What do you guys say? It's exactly 8 minutes past the hour. Short runway. They only fly little planes in there. Well, or maybe not, just not international planes. 737s. Dangerous one. Is that one of those airports that are on that? Have y'all seen those? Seen that one documentary on the dangerous airports in the world and watched some of those planes come down from the mountains or over the mountains? A lot of crazy winds and stuff. This looks like that's kind of like those places. Like, okay, I won't be flying there. Never mind, won't go there. Some of them are in the Caribbean. Some of those Caribbean islands have some really hard to land airports, and they have some pretty crazy crashes. Okay, all right. Well, sounds like it's a safe airport, so no problem getting there. Just watch out for the monkeys. That's hilarious. All right, let's get this party started. I'm sure some more people will be showing up here eventually, but they're gonna miss the front end. Let me get a drink. All right, Herc, you ready to record?
Yeah.
All right, ready when you are.
All right, I'm gonna start. Well, somebody already hit record.
Oh. Uh-oh.
So yeah, I'll just edit that out.
Okay.
So we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Supremacy Webinars. Thanks for joining us on this fine Thursday afternoon. Hope you're enjoying your day. I know I am. The weather is pretty nice today around Dallas, Texas. We're looking at about 65 degrees and really nice fall weather for once. Anyway, hope everybody's doing good. We have a great webinar for you guys today. I don't know if you guys, well, as a matter of fact, I do know that many of you are familiar with John and Chris. We've had them on before, but I think it was like a couple of years ago where they came in and presented some phenomenal training and some of their software and some of the things that they do in order to get ranking. And John and Chris, I've known these guys for years and years. I can't even remember the first time I ran across these guys, but we've both been in the industry for many years, probably a decade or more. Can't really pin down the date on that, but these guys really know their stuff. So been talking to John over the last 6 months or so, and kind of been actually we started a conversation back this summer about what's going on new in their world and how they're doing and what advancements have they seen and all of those kinds of things. And then he's like, yeah, sure, check it out. So we've had some conversations about some of the new stuff that they're doing. And it takes us a little while to get everything coordinated and fit into our schedule so that they both can come together. So we've actually finally got everybody together, and so here we are. So we wanted to take today and let you guys have a look at what John and Chris are doing, some of the results they're getting from them and some of their students. So that's kind of what we're going to do today. Probably only take about an hour and a half. So we won't be on here too long. They're going to do some amazing demos and show you a lot of new ways. I mean, like sure, content training stuff you can go out there and apply today to get rankings in SEO. That's what this one's about. How to rank damn near anything in 2019, and obviously moving forward as well. So I have Herc on the call as well. Mr. Herc, can you hear me?
Hey everybody, how's it going?
Yep, that's Herc. And so let me just kick it over to John and Chris right now. John, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, Todd, and hello to you. How are you doing?
All right, we're doing great. Welcome to the U.S. John is now a full-time resident of California.
I am.
Welcome, John. Chris, Mr. Chris Cantell is also on the call as well. Chris, can you hear me?
Yes, hey Todd, hey Herc. Yeah, hear you well. Yeah, I'm not a full-time US guy. I'm in the UK here at the moment, in the Southwest.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I think Mr. Chris is still coming at us from the late nights of the UK. So thanks for staying up late with us, Chris.
Yeah, that's it. It's not too bad.
All right, right on, cool. All right, John. Well, I guess I will be quiet. Me and Herc will be over here in the background answering you guys' questions or just kind of hanging out with you guys and learning a lot as well. I've seen parts of this webinar. And some amazing stuff in there, guys. So really pay attention. Stay to the end. Herc and I do have some bonuses, some keyword credit stuff coming at you where you can win at the end. So we're going to give away some credits at the end. So please do stick around if you're interested in that as well. And that's all I got. John, take it away.
Fantastic. Thanks, Todd. So if you're right, if I grab the screen and let me click show my screen. And we can do a screen and audio check together. Guys, if you would give me a quick Y in the chat box, if you have both seen the screen change to a Goldie Brown Turn-Key SEO title and can hear my voice, which in fact, I needn't have asked the first question. I always ask those two questions. And I need only really ask the first because you wouldn't answer if you couldn't hear my voice. So anyway, there's a little bit of logic for you this morning or this afternoon. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Dawn, Gregory, Lois, Jana, Leslie, Greg, Rick. Appreciate you guys letting me know. And so You've already heard from Chris as well. Chris, my partner in crime here, we've worked together for a number of years. We do SEO and only SEO, and we have sought to make SEO, not only do we keep everything up to date, because obviously Google changes, and we keep our training up to date, so we're constantly researching, experimenting, testing, but we also are looking for ways to make SEO simple to implement, and that's really our mission. And what we're going to talk about today is why we call it Turn-Key SEO. It's taking something that is fundamentally, I can't even get the slide to switch, got the mouse, there we go. So taking something that is fundamentally complex and intense, which is modern Google safe ranking, and making it simple with the use of intelligent automation. And we set as our goal a task to develop a number of apps, software apps that do the handle turning, that do the hard work, that do the stuff that is frustrating or technically demanding or complex or just time consuming. And we do that with automation. And that makes actually, because the underlying principles in SEO are actually really simple. I mean, you guys know this, and Todd and Herc teach some excellent SEO. There's one of the few groups of, I was going to say people, but there's two of them. So one of the few two peoples in this industry that Chris and I respect, because as I'm going to talk about in a moment, there is so much rubbish taught in SEO, and Todd and Herc are the good guys. And you know, we're going to hopefully show you some interesting stuff and how you can make what is fundamentally a simple process, but one which is complex and intense to actually implement, actually to carry it out, actually to do the steps, and we can make that simple with automation. So I'm not going to spend too much time beating around the bush. It is the hard made into easy, and yeah, I'm not going to spend too much time beating around the bush. I'm going to try and make this quick, but I want to give a little bit of an intro as to how can we do this. Well, I've really covered it. It's, you know, you take any process, no matter how complicated a process is, and you can break it down into its step-by-step parts. You think of a jet fighter or an iPhone, right? They run on software. What is software? Software are lines of code. What are lines of code? Lines of code are instructions to the processor, an algorithm, a step-by-step set of instructions that are carried out by the computer chip. That's what software is. So it doesn't matter how complex something is, something as complex as an iPhone or a jet fighter, you can break it down into step-by-step processes. Now, let me tell you that SEO is a hell of a lot simpler than jet fighter, flight control, or your iPhone. It's a hell of a lot simpler. And so that's what Chris and I have done, is we've taken the process of performing SEO, of ranking at the top of Google, and broken it down into its step-by-step parts. And then each part of that process, we've analyzed it, we've turned it into a procedure, we've proceduralized it, we've like we're writing lines of code in software, you know, we've turned it into do this, do this, do this, do this, and then do this. That's what we've done. We've made it a procedure, and then we've coded it. Well, Chris and I aren't coders. We've got it coded by professional coders, at least as high degree as possible, as much as possible, so that all you have to do is connect the dots. And you know, you guys are an intelligent crowd, but you don't even need to be to do this. You can give it to an outsourcer. You can give it to someone who can follow simple instructions and connect the dots and rank at the top of Google. That's our goal, and that is what I believe we have achieved in doing, and I'm going to show you that we've achieved that through this presentation. Just like a car engine. So I couldn't build a car engine, but I can turn the key and drive away. So that's what we want to do with this. Is we've got all the complexities under the hood. You just turn the key and drive away. Now, I mentioned this just a moment ago when I was talking about Todd and Herc. You know, they're good guys, but there's a lot of people who don't do SEO, but the only reason they don't do it is either they don't know how, because Google has basically most people in the industry beaten. Google has a lot of people beaten because they've changed their algorithms to try and stop artificial SEO, and most people have given up. Well, not the pros. The pros will stick at it. But the other category of people who don't do SEO, it's because even if they do know what to do, they know it's hard work. They know it's time consuming. Everyone would want SEO traffic if they could get it, right? And what is the reason for that? Google traffic is the most precious traffic you could have on the planet, bar none. Why? Well, where can it be applied first, and I'll say why. I'm coming off script. Sorry, I'm not really a professional presenter, so you just have to bear with me as I flick around the slides and try and explain. So why is Google traffic the most precious targeted traffic you could possibly have? Think of it this way. When someone goes to Google and types in a search phrase, they've already decided they want something. So it goes like this. Person decides he or she wants something. person goes to his tablet, phone, PC, laptop, whatever, and types what he wants into Google in order to find it. Person finds what they want, and chances are they buy it. You know, that's what people do. People go to Google to find something they've already decided they want. Does that make sense? Let me know if I'm, if I'm losing you here. Give me a quick why in the chat box if this makes sense. Do you understand how precious that is? Traffic that is on Google has already decided they want something, they're going to get it. It's like someone leaving their home in the morning and going down the shopping mall to buy to buy some groceries, and they walk past a Nike shoe shop, right? And if they're interested in Nikes or a shoe shop, and if they're interested in shoes or Nikes or a particular brand, they might walk into that shoe shop and buy them. But person B, in the morning, his trainers break up and he decides, I'm going to go down to the mall and buy myself a pair of Nikes. So he goes to the mall, he walks into the shoe shop and he buys his Nikes. That's Google traffic. People, they said, I want X. They go to Google, they find X, they buy it, or at least, not necessarily 100%, but like, 80%, 75, 80%. The alternative is what? Ads, Facebook ads. Someone is chatting to their friends on Facebook or watching silly videos, and an ad catches them out the corner of their eye. I mean, I'm not knocking Facebook ads, we do it too, but if there is nothing like a Google traffic. So everyone would want it if they could have it. It's just most people don't know how. Where can it be applied? Local businesses, goldmine. Local businesses need your help. They need SEO. Why? Because some of you guys might be old enough to remember Yellow Pages. Hey, Todd, are you old enough to remember Yellow Pages, or are you a youngster?
I remember.
Yeah. So you wanted to find a local mechanic or even an emergency dentist if you're traveling or whatever it might be. You open up the Yellow Pages and you find it. Those don't exist anymore. Why? Because people use Google. If you want something locally, you use Google. That's what everybody does. And so it's an absolute goldmine, and local businesses are struggling to get that traffic if they're not on page 1 of Google. You can help them. Affiliate info products. Get people who are, like we just described, already looking for something, and they go to Google, and you can present your website to them with the answer to what they're looking for. It's absolutely a goldmine. E-commerce, same thing. People might decide whether they want an info product or whether they want a physical product. It's the same principle as above. They're going to go to Google to find what they want. Now, with Amazon, you can rank your Amazon pages. There are some specifics there, but you get a double whammy because not only do you get the traffic from Google going to your Amazon product and buying it, but you also get a higher conversion rate on your Amazon page, which means that Amazon ranks you higher in their own algorithm. So you get a double benefit out of Google traffic. Websites, of course, if you're doing Shopify, if you're doing any other e-commerce, it's the same principle. Someone's already decided they want those trainers or they want that widget. They find it, they find your website via Google, and there's a very high percentage of them they're going to buy. So I get excited about this stuff because, it amazes me how some people don't realize this very simple fact. And there's no better source of traffic on the planet. It's passive, it's free. Once you're ranking at the top of Google, you'll stay there, not to the end of history, but you'll stay there indefinitely. It's ongoing, and it's super laser targeted. Okay, so SEO has got a bad name. So what I mentioned earlier, there's a load of misinformation, there's lots of crappy software, there's lots of SEOs peddling out-of-date information. There are very few good guys left teaching accurate SEO, like Chris and I, like Todd and Herc. And so you've got to be careful who you listen to, but it has, unfortunately, the guys out there who are not teaching it right have created or given SEO a bad name. So what then is the solution? Solutions Turn-Key SEO, I believe. I think you'll agree with me by the time I present it to you, which we're going to go and do now. I'm going to show you exactly how we do it. Complexity and intensity of modern Google safe ranking made simple with automation. I've made it too easy. So I want to make a contract with you guys as we get into it. So I'm going to cover our entire system. I'm going to show you everything we do to rank at the top of Google. I'm not going to leave anything out. I'm going to go step by step in a sort of proceduralized, fail-proof system to rank web pages, videos, or Amazon pages at the top of Google. Some things I'm not going to cover. I'm just going to give you some PDFs. So some dry stuff that don't really need explanation, just a list of things you need to do, whether you can, do it yourself or give it to an outsourcer. But so some things I'm going to give you some PDFs right at the end of the presentation with a few steps that I don't want to cover in detail because they're a bit dry. And also I'm going to show you at the end the time-saving tools that we use. But I want to promise you right now that everything I'm going to show you, you can do manually too. So I'm going to show you our entire SEO system. You can do manually, or you can look at some resources that we use at the end. But here is the counterpoint. I've got to go fast. and I've got to go top level. We're going to do this in less than an hour from now, and that means if I'm going to cover everything, I've got to go top level and I've got to go fast. So I want to know that you're okay with that. I want to know that you're happy with that, because the alternative is I stop and I slow down, I go into more detail in a certain part of our system. Most people want to see the complete system, and so let me know if that's a deal. Give me a quick deal in the chat box if you're happy with that contract, or if you'd like me to do something else, I can do whatever you want. Rick says deal, Alexander says deal, Jana, fantastic, thank you. DDO says Jana, Brad, Dawn. All right, so that's what we're going to do, and that is my contract with you. I do talk fast. I talk fast for two reasons. One is because I'm not a professional presenter, and the other is because I get excited, and the third one actually is because I got a lot together. So bear with me. It's going to be a bit of a rock and roll ride, and we're going to go fast. So let's get into it. Just one thing I want to show you to give you a little bit of confidence is what this can achieve. I'm going to show you a little bit of Google Analytics. So inside one of our customers' analytics accounts, some live search demos, videos, Amazon pages, the work. So let me shoot right into that and go to, not that one, let me go to this one. So this is one of our customers' live Google Analytics accounts, and it is completely live, as I'm going to show you now by it's not a screenshot. Let me click on this menu. So look, can you see my mouse hovering over the word acquisition? Just give me a quick Y in the chat box if you can see my mouse is hovering over the word acquisition in the menu on the left. Fantastic, thanks, Joe. So let me click on that, and underneath I'm going to click on the word overview, and you can see the page is building. So this is live, not fake. Google Analytics takes a little while to load, and once it's loaded, I'm going to just select a date range, about a month up to just recently. So let's go back about a month to there. Click apply, let it load again. And let me just explain this quickly. So it would be quite easy to fake this in the sense that I could show you a live Google Analytics account with loads of traffic coming to it, because you can buy junk traffic for like pennies or less than pennies, but it's junk traffic. It's worthless. I'll tell you what I can't fake is this. Can you see this? Organic search is the light blue. Organic search, 91, 92 nearly % of all the traffic to this website is organic search engine SEO traffic. That I cannot fake. 50, 60, 70,000 visitors a month, 92% of which are new visitors from organic search engine traffic. It's powerful, powerful stuff. That is what SEO can do for you. We don't unfortunately take on any more clients before you ask. This is one of our client sites, but we're done with new clients, but this is one of our legacy clients from way back. So let me show you a couple of other things though, and I'm going to do that by bringing up my Chrome browser. I'm going to new incognito window. These are some of the sites I'm going to show you. This is one of our analytics accounts. I'm going to show you Powerboard Expert rather, this one. I'm going to show you American Guinea Hog Association. I'm going to show you go to Brian. So let me do that by coming up with a new incognito window, and I'm going to go to google.com if I can type, and bring up my spreadsheet just to show you a few examples here. So let's talk local stuff. How many of you guys are into local SEO, want to rank local businesses? Give me a Y or a 1 in the chat box if you're wanting to rank local businesses. Okay, bunch of those coming through. All right, excellent. Fantastic. Well, let me show you something that we did as a little bit of a experiment, test, trial, whatever you want to call it. So lawyer niche, DUI attorney is pretty competitive niche. Anaheim, a biggish city, wealthy city, Southern California, Disneyland, home in Disneyland. American Guinea Hog Association. I just showed you that in Chris's analytics account. And you're thinking, wait a minute, American Guinea Hog Association. What's that got to do with DUI lawyers, and what's it got to do with Anaheim? Well, zero. So this was a random domain name we purchased just to show you can rank anything for a relatively competitive keyword, and not just one phrase. So let me pick up some others. We can swap it around because, of course, people use slight variations on the same search phrase. So attorney DUI Anaheim, and then we've got the 3-pack and the ads. There we are, number 1, American Guinea Hog Association, ranking above not only the real lawyers down here, but ranking above the directories. Please go ahead and try this. If you're searching from outside the US, you might not see us at the top, but if you're searching from the US, go ahead and have a look, click on it, and you'll see that this site is ours. It's not a real lawyer's site. And what lawyer would have American Guinea Hog Association? Multiple different key phrases. I said I could just, all related. Obviously, I can show you a bunch of them. Actually, we're just one down from Yelp on this one. That's a bad one to show. Even DWI, which is a a different phrase that some people use. It's really DUI, but driving while under the influence of alcohol as well, DWI. So we're ranking right at the top there. So this is the sort of thing that is possible to rank a completely random domain name at the top of Google for a wealthy, medium-sized city in the lawyer niche, which is hugely competitive. Cost per click, if you were to pay for ads here, is 60, 70, 80 bucks per click. So valuable stuff. What else can I show you? So we've got some e-commerce sites. I'm not going to waste too much time here, but how about something as short tail as Cellulite Guide? So weight loss niche, super high competition, nocelluliteguide.com, which is our site. Ranking at the top for something as short tail as Cellulite Guide. Then we've got a bunch of different key phrases, cellulite body right tips that work. And this is what you do with key phrases. You're mining all the different search phrases people use, bio search phrases, ranking at the top. You get traffic, you get sales, and I could go on. I mean, oh gosh, I've got so many of these to show you. I don't really. There's another to show you, another quick e-commerce one. This one we did for one of our partners in the industry. So, what do you think someone who types buy adjustable pressure cooker? I'm going to block my location. Buy adjustable pressure cooker is after when they type that into Google. Well, they want to buy a pressure cooker, and here is the site that we ranked. This rank actually was very easy to rank. It took us about 15 minutes of work to rank this site, literally with our tools. Our tools were then working for 2 or 3 or 4 months thereafter, but it took us 15 minutes of actual work from ourselves. Now, guys, I got more to show you, but I don't want to take too much more time. Oh, this is one of Chris's sites, Driver Disruption Systems. This Chris is a super high technology bloke that worked on this in the past. So ranking right at the top of there is Chris's site. In fact, his business that he now sold on. So look. Tell me in the chat box. I'm looking at my spreadsheet of proof here. I'm looking at line 51 at the bottom of it. So I've got 51 examples of proof I can show you, but I suspect that you've probably seen enough. If you're not convinced, type proof into the chat box. If you're happy and you're convinced that Chris and I know what we're doing, then type teach in the chat box and I'll do it. But if you want more proof, I can go on for another about 45 different examples. Teach, says Elias, teach, coming in Rick, Stuart. Okay, all right. Teach and preach, says Alexander. Fantastic. Let me close that down then, and we'll get right into it. Now, why did I want to do that? I wanted to do that not to brag, as I said, but I wanted to make sure you knew that it was not just bullshit, that we actually know what we're doing. This is a UK site. There's only ranks in google.co.uk, and because I'm in California, I have to show you a screenshot. Amazon products, we did this for a colleague in the industry as well, ranking at the top of Google for his Amazon product. Many of our students, Tony has just floated his company on the Australian Stock Exchange. So he runs local business SEO. He runs an agency for local business. He's pulling in over $1 million a year and is now floated. He's gone IPO and floated his company on the Australian stock market. All of this stuff is possible, and I'm not going to waste any more time. We've got testimonials up the yin yang, and I'm not going to insult your intelligence by just trooping them out in front of you. I just want you to know that it's not just us. Not only do we know what we're doing, but you can too, and you can follow what these guys are doing. But I'm not going to belabor that point because I want to teach you how to do this and how we do it. So, guys, are you ready? We're going to teach and preach, as Alexander says, starting for right now. Please feel free to throw questions in the chat box as I go. I'll try and look over there and answer them, or Chris in the background will try and answer them by text. But so please make this interactive. Please, any words of encouragement are always valued, because I am a human being, and all human beings respond to encouragement. So that's just a plea for help. But step one is your money site. So let's get into it. How do you make your money site most ready for ranking at the top of Google? This is how. Age domain. Now, age domains are great. They're great for one very important reason. They have a number of factors that help them, but they're most good if you can find one with a good number of existing backlinks. It's like having a ready-made SEO campaign. If you can find an aged, expired domain that already has backlinks in the right niche, has to be in the right niche, has to be relevant, specific, then you've got a ready-made SEO campaign, and it starts you off on the right foot. Do you have to use, well, first of all, where to find them? There are complex tools available, which Chris and I have. We spend hundreds of dollars a month on complex tools to scrape the internet for age domains that are in the right niche and so on. But you can use expired domains, you can use GoDaddy auctions, you can use a great site called Moonsy, and you can search around to find a domain, which you need to have good quality. You need good domain authority, page authority. If you don't know what those are, bear with me. I'm going to skip them now, but we can come back to questions if you need to know. But DA and PA, domain authority, page authority, a good number of referring domains, backlinks. You can get them from any of those sites, or you can get them from our tool, which I will explain to you a little bit later. Now, do you have to use an age domain? No, you do not have to use an age domain. You can rank a brand new domain. You can rank a completely random domain. You can rank your client's domain. All I'm saying is, if you've got the option and you can find a good age domain, then it's a good place to start, because it's a ready-made SEO campaign that you've got up and running already and done for you, if you like. So the next step with your domain is to get your content right, with your money site, is to get your content right. Because ranking in Google today is more than anything about relevance. Now, there are dozens, hundreds of ranking factors in Google's algorithm, and it's very hard to say this one is more important than this one, or this is the most important. But arguably, you could say that relevance is the most important ranking factor, because Google is never going to show a website on sport to someone who's searching for a phrase in finance, for example. But obviously, Google wants to provide the most relevant, most appropriate search results for the public who are using Google. And so relevance is probably, well, I would argue, the single most important ranking factor. And we're going to come on to that now and show you how we achieve relevance. But there's also some technical optimization to do. And I've got a PDF for you at the end. I'm not going to cover that because it's relatively straightforward. It's very dry. It doesn't really need an explanation. Just do what's in the PDF that we're going to give you at the end of the webinar. But content is the most important thing for relevance in Google's eyes. And we have to be relevant in the terms of the Google algorithm. It doesn't matter if we're relevant according to what we think. We've got to be relevant according to Google, for Google to want to rank us at the top. How do we do that? Well, a lot of people say that we don't know what's in Google's patterns, which is not true. It's not, we don't know everything that's in Google's algorithm. It's true that we don't know everything that's in Google's algorithm, but we do know some things. And the reason is that Google tend to patent their techniques because they want to protect them. And the patent office makes all of these available, their public domain stuff. And so Chris, fortunately, has taken his time. Thank you, Chris, for pouring through dry technical information downloadable in the public domain on Google's relevance algorithm. And the best thing to use for us to achieve relevance in Google's eyes is Wikipedia. And a lot of people, we don't know this for sure, it's not mentioned in the patent, but a lot of SEOs actually believe that Google's algorithm itself uses Wikipedia in this way, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to talk you through it. So Australian Shepherd as well, interestingly, is the exact example that Google's patent application uses. So let's use that expression. So go to Wikipedia. If you wanted to rank for the key phrase Australian Shepherd or Australian Shepherd puppies or whatever it might be, go to Wikipedia, look up your key phrase or one that's related to what you want to rank for, and look through the results. And then you want to pick out of these results words and phrases that are related to, and preferably uniquely related to, in this case, Australian Shepherd. What do I mean? Well, obviously breed and dog are related. That's easy. Everyone's going to have that. But there's other stuff too. For example, Google knows that the dog was developed from breeds in the Basque Country in Western Europe. So Google's algorithm knows that Basque Country in Western Europe are, or at least Basque Country particularly, are relevant to and uniquely relevant to the Australian Shepherd. What about this? Aussie or little blue dog. Google's algorithm knows that little blue dog is a nickname for the Australian Shepherd. How about the fact that they appear in rodeos and horse trials and herding trials? These are phrases, these phrases and words are words that Google's algorithm knows are uniquely relevant to the Australian Shepherd. So what do we need to do? Make a list of the unique and uniquely relevant words and phrases in the Wikipedia article, and make sure these phrases appear on the page you want to rank. Whether it's your website page or your Amazon, you can put them in your description, or your YouTube, you could again put them in your description. Guys, I cannot tell you how important this is, because you can make your page laser relevant, absolutely hugely uniquely relevant according to Google's algorithm for the phrase that you want to rank for. And it is the most important ranking factor. If it's possible to make that statement, it is the most important ranking factor that you could have. And Dawn's just written this. Thank you, Dawn. I appreciate that. Literally just come in. Dawn's written, this tip alone is worth attending this webinar. I'm glad you agree with that. I was gonna say basically that exact thing. If you've learned nothing else today or this week from what I've just taught you, it is absolutely priceless information. Please, please, please apply this. Now, there's a couple of ways to apply this. You can do what I just said manually, but I'm going to demonstrate to you our relevant keyword master. Now, let me start a new search and just show you how this works. So this is on our website, it's one of our tools, one of our apps. It actually does that process for you automatically. So you type in the search phrase, whatever you want. In this case, I've used Australian Shepherd. The language, we can do other languages too, but loads of languages for Google in whatever language, but English in our case, and click start. And what the app does is it goes and it mines Wikipedia for those uniquely relevant words and key words and phrases, and it lists them for you here. Now, what we've got is a couple of options. Now, you know that breed and these are trivial examples, okay? But ranches and border collie and western riding and rodeos and horse shows, those are all some of those uniquely relevant words that we're talking about, herding trials. So a couple of things you can do. We can download a CSV. I'll show you that in a moment. We can also get a bit more detail. Now, this is a trivial example, but if I check this box, the website or the app goes and gets from Wikipedia a definition of this. So this is it's a silly example. A breed is a specific group of domestic animals. Well, we knew that, but obviously when they're more complex words, and if you're doing this for a client in a particular area, you may not know this information. So you can click on that and get a little bit more detail to know how to integrate it into your article. You can also open Google in a new tab, and it puts the key phrase and the relevant word, so that, again, you can search it very easily. So in this case, it's a silly example. We know what Australian Shepherd breed is, but that single button allows you very quickly to research any words that you don't know the details of. And you can also download the CSV. I downloaded one earlier, so I'm just going to bring it up to show you. Hang on, I got it right here somewhere. I thought I had it here. There we go. Here we go. So here is the CSV file, and again, there's the word breed. So you've got in column A, you've got all of these relevant and uniquely relevant phrases and words that Google knows are specifically relevant to, in this case, Australian Shepherd, and then to the right, you've got the description. So again, we know what breed is, but if it's something more complex or something you don't know about, you've got the description there so you can integrate them into your article. It's pretty neat, and it makes it a super simple way to get these phrases, words and phrases, and you just want to integrate a good number of those into the page that you want to rank, in this case for the key phrase, Australian Shepherd. All right, that's our first app. Now, guys, Max says, how much? Take my money. Max is not for sale as is. It's part of what we. Let me come to that at the end. There's yeah, and Herc says, yeah, it gets so much better than this. So this is the starter. Anyway, hopefully that makes sense. Give me a quick why in the chat box if you're with me so far and it makes sense, because this relevance issue is so important to your ranking. I want to make sure that you're with me and following through. Fantastic. Excellent. Everyone is with me still. Thanks, guys. Greg, Elias, Gregory, Alexander, Dawn, Rick, all you guys typing away. I appreciate that. All right, so let's move on to the next stage. So what we've basically done is finish step one. We're on to step two. Oh, sorry, there's one last part of step one. Let me just cover this, which is social signals. Easiest step of all, very simple, straightforward, cost you $14. So social signals are very important. They don't rank you, but you need them in order to rank, if you know what I mean, because they're part of a natural a set of natural signals looking white hat and natural to Google. So they're not necessarily going to rank you. They're not like a ranking factor in a big sense, but the absence, the best way to say it is the absence of social signals will hold back your rankings. So the easiest step of all is this, because you can just use a service. So bit.ly/SEO Butler. SEO Butler is a great service we use. There's actually a 10% discount if you use the coupon SBT, but frankly, it's $14. So miss a couple of coffees tomorrow, and you've paid for it, and you get 200 signals from real people. It's an excellent service. It's not ours, but it's an excellent service that we use, and you get 200 social signals, likes, tweets, etc., from real people, real people's accounts, and you're done. A lot of people say, oh, this would be a real barrier for people. So, John, I can't rank until I get social signals. I can't get social signals until I get traffic, and I can't get traffic until I'm ranking. So what am I going to do? The sky is falling, and it's just, you can fix it in 5 minutes by going to SEO Butler. So social signals, super simple. Guys, we've sort of finished our money site now. There's a bit of technical optimization. We'll give you the PDFs at the end. There's getting your relevance right. We talked through that in some detail with the Australian Shepherd example, and there's getting some social signals there. And you are basically ready to move on to step two. And step two is now your backlink foundation. Backlink foundation. I just see Jana's mentioning LSI keywords. Relevant keywords and LSI keywords are subtly different. Well, they are different. LSI is good too, but relevance is not just about LSI keywords because you might have a related word. So anchor is relevant to ship, but anchor is not an LSI keyword for ship. So they are different. So please be clear on that. Just to finish up, be absolutely clear. Relevance is not about LSI keywords. It is about related phrases, topics, and words. Sorry, I just wanted to hit that because I see that post from you, Jana, in the chat box. Right. Sorry, I'm off script now. Recage. Come on, Pearce. Sort your life out. Backlink Foundation. Backlink Foundation is where we're going to build a natural white hat looking field to our site for Google to see and think, oh, these guys are not doing artificial SEO. They're all natural and normal and white hat. So how do we do that? We build the right foundation, and this is what we've got to do before we bring in the heavy artillery. So before we bring in our super powerful links that I'm going to show you in step 3, we build this foundation to look white hat and natural in Google's eyes. And we're going to do this very simply with a few different steps. We're going to put out a press release. Press release is about the most white hat set of backlinks you can get. It's not super powerful. It's not going to rank you in a winner for sure, but it will help with your foundation. It'll help with your anchor text balance. You're not, because you're going to have raw URLs out there in your press release, and you'll get sort of 50, 60, 70 syndicated backlinks to your site from your press release. And we use Press Cable. You can use PR Web. You can use Marketers Media. You can use Press Cable. All of those are good quality. We use Press Cable, and it's a great service, and that's the one we'd recommend. So you get a press release out, that's a great start. You can put your URL, your website's URL, in any YouTube videos you have. Okay, so then there are no follow links. Most press releases are no follow. Some press releases are do follow, like Marketers Media itself. YouTube videos, yes, or they're no follow. But that doesn't matter. Remember, we're building a foundation here. These links are not going to rank you. These links are going to build a foundation to make you look natural and white hat. So use your YouTube videos to backlink to your website. If you don't have any YouTube videos, then get some made from Fiverr. They don't have to rank anywhere. They just have to be on YouTube and indexed. So that backlink to your site will be indexed. So use Fiverr, a Fiverr gig, and get 5 or 10 YouTube videos made simply and easily, and get your website URL in the description. We also use infographic sites. There's an infographic service there, and I'm going to put all this in the PDFs at the end as well, so you don't need to copy that down, but bit.ly/infograservice, it's a silly URL, is a shortcut to it, but so we'll have a handout which I have all these links in. And then the last thing we do is high quality blog comments. Now, I'm not talking about spamming blogs with blog comments. I'm not talking about hiring an outsourcer to doing it. I'm talking about, I'm afraid this is one thing we don't have an app for. Why? Because it actually needs the human touch. You need to take half an hour, and this is all we're talking about. Take half an hour, go to some high quality, high authority blog sites like EDU blogs, read an article and make an intelligent comment and put a backlink in your comment. Or in your, when you fill in the blog comment thing, you get the chance to put a URL in there, and you put your backlink to your site in there. So how do we find high quality, non-spammy, good blog commenting sites? Well, we've got some proprietary search strings. I'm not going to give them to you now because I'm going to give you a PDF at the end that not only lists the infographic sites that we use, but also how we search for and find high quality, high authority blog comment sites. So that'll be in the PDF. I don't want to cover that detail for right now. But what you've done with these steps is build that foundation. And it is so important to build that foundation before we go on and bring in the heavy artillery. All right, so let's do that now. Let's turn to the super powerful backlinking system that we use, which we call hybrid SEO backlinks. What are hybrid backlinks? Well, let me digress a little bit and talk about PBNs. So PBNs are dead, or are they? I don't know what your personal views are. Well, let me tell me, do you think Y or N, do you think PBNs are useless or they're not dead? Y for PBNs are dead, yes for PBNs are dead, and N for no, PBNs are still useful. What do you think? Give me some answers in the chat box. Okay, awesome. Yeah, most people are saying N, that they are still useful. And the answer, my take on it is there's not really a yes, no answer, because they are pretty much dead if you use them in the conventional way. If you use them for direct linking in the way that was taught 2-3 years ago and is still being taught by some people, if you directly link from the PBN, then that's a bad thing to do. You're probably going to get the PBN de-indexed, or it'll be of little benefit. And there's a stealth penalty that Chris and I have uncovered that Google will often apply to your site if you've got too many old-fashioned PBN links, even if they haven't de-indexed the PBNs, which they probably will. There are all sorts of reasons. I don't want to cover them in detail right now, but where PBNs are not dead is if you use them within hybrid structures that I'm going to show you right now. And hybrid SEO combines the power and speed of Grey Hat. I mean, Grey Hat's great, isn't it? It's fast and it's powerful, but it's maybe dodgy, it's maybe dangerous. You can get de-indexed, you can get found out. But what we do with hybrid SEO is we get to have your cake and eat it too. You get the safety and naturalness of White Hat SEO with the power and power and speed of Grey Hat SEO. Your cake and eat it too. How do we do that then? I know, incidentally, you need very few of these. You need a handful only for, depending on what you're trying to rank for, obviously, but you only need a handful. This is a guy who implemented 2 of the link structures I'm going to show you back in April and jumped from page 3 to page 1 just with 2 backlinks that he implemented. You can see his chart right there on the screen. Cannot tell you how much I appreciate the methodical approach Chris has taken here. So there we go. So how do we do it? Brain dead simple. Particularly it's simple using the Turn-Key resources that Chris and I use, but you can do it manually. But literally with Turn-Key, you don't really even need to know what you're doing. So how are we going to do it? And I believe Herc and Todd have a bit of a treat here to come in a moment. But anyway, let me show you the way we've done it to date, which is we've used Keyword Finder. So it's let me take you over to that software and show you how to do it. So the first thing to do is to start with your keyword, and let's put in Australian Shepherds or Australian Shepherd puppies, Australian Shepherd. So that's spelled right. I don't even know how to spell it. Praying your answer. So Keyword Finder is going to give you a difficulty score. So at the moment, I don't want you to worry about the rest of the keywords here. I just want you to worry about the difficulty score. And let's pick something like, let's maybe say we want to, that's interesting, Beagle is only a difficulty score of 42, or Dachshund, Dachshund, I can't even remember how you pronounce it, Dachshund, something like that, 25. So let's say we wanted to rank a Beagle 32, which is medium difficulty. Keyword difficulty is medium. That's all you need to do for the moment. So once you've chosen your keywords you're going to rank for, get the keyword difficulty, and then you're going to open a PDF file that Chris and I have called Selecting the Right Link Structures for Your Money Site. And there's a little bit of text here. Now, this is a PDF I'm afraid I'm not giving away. It is part of our membership, but I'm going to show it to you right here, so you needn't worry. But you're going to scroll down. There's a little bit of text here, which I'm not going to go through, basically covering what I've taught. And let's say low to medium competition, wherever your keyword difficulty came in from the keyword you find in Keyword Finder, you're going to pitch in to this list. And let's say it was Keyword Finder was a 31, so that's medium competition. Now you're going to scroll down. Link structures for low competition. Nope. Link structures for low to medium competition. Nope. Link structure. Here we go. Link structures for medium competition. So I'm going to now increase the size of this scale so you can see what we're talking about here, and I'm going to take you through a description of this now. There's a couple of stages to my explanation, so don't get, just be patient. I've got to explain 2 or 3 different things here that make up the link structure. But the basic principle of a link structure is just what you can see. Well, it's a link structure. So you've got your money site, which is being linked to by a first tier, which is being linked to by something else. And you've got other ancillary things like social signals and or blog comments. So one of the best and most common link structures we use, one of the simplest, is this one right here, type 2 link structure, where we've got our money site. We set a guest post link, I'm going to cover that in a moment, and then we linked to the guest post link from what we call Power Anchor. Now, Power Anchor is just our network of PBNs. So PBN linking to guest post, linking to money site. That's one of the best that we like to use. The other one that we like to use, if I can find it, is type 10, where we've got our money site being linked to by a res site, a restored expired site. Let me cover that with you in just a moment, being linked to by PBN. So PBN, restored expired site, money site. These are the 2 you use mostly, type 2 and type 10, but frankly, you can take put this on the wall, throw a dart at it and pick at random 2 or 3 link structures. We recommend using type 2 and type 10 mostly, but you can choose any of the others you want. Literally just choose them at random if you don't want to think too hard. And now we're going to open up something we call the if I can find it, here we go, Super Authority Link Structures Application, SALSA. Chris came up with the name. I think it's a beautiful name. It works very well. So Salsa is the super authority link structures application. And this is what is going to guide you through building that link structure. And essentially what this app does is it takes you step by step. It leads you by the hand through the process. So I've got a couple of just test projects in here. You can go new project if you want. Let's go new project and we call it new test. Let's call it new test. And then project niche, whatever it might be, like SEO, if I want to do an SEO blog or something and then promote it. So I'm going to save that. Now I've got a new project appearing on the screen. Here it is, new test. So I'm going to select my project and I'm going to edit the selected project. Now hang on. I'm losing it myself. I'm going to click on my new project. If I click edit, I could just change the name. So I click on the project and go into the project. And this one, you see, it says URLs to promote. So let's add a new URL to promote. So let's say it's my blog, john-pearce.com. And so I'm going to promote, there's too many of those in, johnpearce.com, niche is SEO, and click save. So now I've got the page, I've input the page that I'm going to promote, and I'm going to build a link to. I'm going to build a hybrid backlink to johnpearce.com homepage. All right, so let's go into that project. Let's let the page load, and it says link structure index right here. The URL is johnpearce.com, instruct agent. No link structures found in this project. So I'm going to go new super link structure. And I'm going to select, say, we like type 10, didn't we? And I'm going to select type 2, which is one of our favorites, which is the guest post, the power anchor. You can click on it and it'll bring up a larger picture, and if you want, or you can just select it by here and go add selected. And let me take you through this really simply. So I should really skip this, shouldn't I? Because all I've done is set up the app for now, starting to work on this link structure. Click on the link structure that I've input, and we get the detail. So at the top of the page is a guide. You click on it, it expands so you can see exactly what you need to do. It basically takes you through, in writing, the steps you need to put in place here. The money site URL was johnpearce.com, so I'm not going to type in, you add that in there. And then what you do is you fill this application in line by line, and when it tells you to do something, you do it. So what this is telling you to do is to build a guest post first. So the first thing we do is we build a guest post, and I'll show you how we do that very simply and easily. You mark its status pending or complete. When it's complete, it's complete. You've got the anchor text you want to put in here, and it even tells you what anchor text to use. It says use generic anchor text for this one. Use generic anchor text. That's like click here or great article here or whatever it might want to be. Generic anchor text, and then the URL, which is this one I just typed in here. You see that's auto-filled, and then links to the money site that you put in here. That's the actual backlink that you're going to use. So you fill in that line. It tells you what to do, tells you about the anchor text, tells you web property type, and then when that's complete, you go to the next line. It says social signals, use an automated social signal service. We recommend PBN Butler. It's actually called SEO Butler now. Sorry, we haven't updated this text. It's SEO Butler, it's the same service. And it tells you how many to order up to 200, and so on and so forth. And I don't want to go through the whole table with you because the principle should be clear, is you just fill this in line by line, and it tells you each line you go through what you need to do. And it's as simple as that. And when you get to the bottom, you're finished. Once you get to the bottom, you are done, and you can click save and save and exit and move back and work on another link structure. The whole purpose of Salsa is it tells you not only what to do, but it leads you by the hand through doing it, and it's asking me to enter a valid URL, and it says some error checking. So it leads you by the hand, tells you what to do, and it's a record, sorry. And as you build, if you're been in SEO for a while, you know that keeping records of your backlinks, where they are, where they point to, what does what sites have what backlinks. It's people have different record keeping. Most people's record keeping is poor. Salsa is also excellent record keeping. So that's how that works, and it's really, powerful backlinks are as simple as that. Open up our PDF that I showed you on link structures. Go to the correct section. Remember, there's low, medium, etc., high competition. Pick 2 or 3 link structures at random using a dartboard if you need to. And then follow the super authority link structures application. Now, I've skimmed over some things, haven't I? I've jumped over what do I mean by guest posts, PBNs, and restored sites. I said there was res sites, wasn't there? Restored excited site. And you say, I thought this was turnkey, John. What's going on? So let me show you what those are. And basically, we've got apps to help you do each of these 3 things, and they're very, very simple. So let's just turn the key on the Turn-Key SEO software applications that Chris and I have put together. And we're going to talk first about restored expired sites, and Chris is going to do a little demo in a moment of our restored expired site restorer. It is an absolute goldmine. What is a restored expired site? It's simply an aged domain in the correct niche with good backlinks and anchor text. What you do is first of all, you've got to get the domain, and we'll show you where we get those. Chris is going to do the demo in a moment. Then you find a date in archive.org in the Wayback Machine where that website looked good. You then rebuild it. You then copy and paste the content from archive.org and you rebuild the website with its original content that it used to have. You might have to edit some errors out. You add your backlink and you put it back on the web, and you have restored to life. You have brought back to life a website that used to be on the internet that Google knows and trusts because it was been around for years maybe, and it's not your website. It's not new. It's not a PBN. It's actually the original website restored to life. It's as good as having your backlink on a third-party, completely independent, completely random site, but one that is in the correct niche and with good authority. It's an absolute goldmine, and it's really, really simple to do. Is it? Well, perhaps not exactly simple to do manually. You can do it, but it's maybe a few days' work to do all this, particularly dealing with archive.org. If any of you tried it, slow and cumbersome. So the turnkey answer is, first of all, to use our domain application, our domain finding application, and to use our site restorer application, which makes it like half an hour work tops. Chris, are you ready to take the screen and give the demo?
Yeah, sure. I'm ready to do that, John.
Okay, I'm going to give you the screen if you want to share it, and I'll tell you when it comes through. Okay, you're through.
Okay, that's great. Thanks, John. Well, this is first of all, I'll show you the domain tool. We've got domains, got loads and loads of domains that we've found, which are available for you to have. They're free. All you need to do is cover the registration cost. So what you do is you would put a search in here. So let's say, well, I've done a search for magic. Well, let's do magic then. Let's have a look at that. This will find all of the different domains that we've got in our tool for, which is here. There's 236 domains, all with anchor text for magician. See, magician London, magic, magicians, mind magic, that. So you think you can have a look at all of these, check their metrics. You've got domain authority, page authority here, and various different things. So you can check trust flow and select the ones that you want, and you can have those domains, just register them. And then when you've got those domains, in fact, I'll just do another one quickly, hotel. So let's say you're building a site on hotels, or you're ranking the hotel site, for example. There's a ton of, so there's 882 domains on hotel. So you would buy those domains, you know, which ones you want, and then you can restore them. I'm going to take you over to the Phoenix software. This is where you would restore that. So now you've got your domain from the domain tool. Now all you need to do is plug it into here. So you just click on new projects, add your details here, so that you would enter in your money site, what it is, and the full domain of your money site, and what niche it's in. So music here it says, but it could be hotel, whatever it is. You only have to fill those in initially, and how far deep you want to go, how many levels deep. Typically I would enter in 2 levels deep. And once that's done, you then just click save. You don't have to fill in the rest of the information, not just yet. When you've done that, the Phoenix will collect all of the data of that site from archive.org. So now you just go to my projects. So these are my projects, for example, and you just click manage, and you'll have all of your restored expired sites listed here. So let's go and have a look at one. Let's say we just added the detail on this domain, and we wanted to restore this domain. So all we'd have to do is enter in the details I just showed you a moment ago. That would have taken you 1 minute to do. You just have to wait for a few minutes, and the app, the restored expired sites, will pull in collected all the data here, and you can quickly scan through this. And what you're looking for is anything that looks like a website. Well, that doesn't look like a website, so you wouldn't bother with that. And that doesn't look like a website either, so you wouldn't bother with that. The good thing with this tool is you don't have to check every date, which takes hours. I mean, it would take you hours. You just scan through quick until you see something that looks like a website. Now it starts to look a bit more like a website. So what I did with this site, I looked through the best ones just very quickly, and then eventually I came to this. That took me a couple of minutes just to scan through and do it. In total, the whole thing's taken me less than 5 minutes so far. And what I did was, let's say it was this one, I would have clicked here and I could have viewed the page. And so if I view the page, I'm viewing it on the server. So it goes to archive.org, and then I can see, you know, what is actually there. And if I'm happy with that, I would just click the restore site and then just have to wait for a little bit for Phoenix to build the site for me. And when it's done that, it will say restored. So again, my actual time on the app is still less than 5 minutes. So now all I need to do is add my anchor text. Click here, go to web editor. This is the home page. Go to the web editor. And this is what I did. I added in a sentence here, this sentence, and I added in the anchor text here. So I just highlighted over that. Well, let's say this was it. I highlight over that, click the link, and then just add my URL there and click OK. And then that would add the link just here like that. Simple. Click save, and then come out of there. Job done. Now go back, and all I now need to do is click here, just add in the other information there, and then scroll down here. So the whole thing's probably taken me 20 minutes altogether. And now click FTP upload. Job done. I've now finished. I've built a whole site in less than half an hour. And you just have to wait for a few minutes for Phoenix to upload it to your server, and then you can then go and check it out. So there it is. There's the site, and then this one here links to the website, the money site. Here it is. So that's a great backlink. That's a great tool. Phoenix is amazing. This is the fastest way to build a PBN, and it's absolutely amazing tool.
Hey Chris, can I just ask a couple questions that I saw come up that were pretty cool?
Sure.
One was like, what do you do for the hosting of those?
Yes, we have hosting on a it's on bulk by hosting we use because each of those is on a separate account. So that's what we do. But you can do it on any server if it's set up so that the server has different actual servers within the server, or it's set up to be an SEO server, for example, as long as it's got SEO, cPanel capability.
Okay, guys, so just in case you've never heard of bulk buy hosting, the nice thing about them, number one, they're great pricing, and number two, they have IP diversity. So if you guys are going to be using this to set up different restored sites from way back, and you're using bulk buy to host them, every one of them will have a great IP diversity, so it'll be like footprint free.
Yeah, that's right. And this is all coded, integrated to work with bulk buy hosting, so it's simple, seamless.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's probably worth pointing out. I mean, it's not that it's we're stuck with bulk buy either. You can use any host. You can if you want use GoDaddy shared hosting. There are obviously SEO reasons for not putting more than one site on there, but you can. Or you put into Phoenix the credentials for your hosting account, so you can use whatever hosting account you want. There's no limitation. Phoenix is not limited or restricted to a particular host. You do what you want. We have recommendations, like Hurt just said, that bulk buy is great, but you can use whatever you like.
Yeah. In addition to that, you can download the whole file. You can download everything if you want. And if you're a techno geek and you want to do everything manually, you can do that if you want to. But keep it simple. That's my solution, and then have it all done for you like this.
Yeah, doing things manually is not a good solution generally. I'll take the screen back. Hopefully it's changed again. Can you see, Chris, it's changed again?
Yeah,
Great.
It's all done.
Fantastic, and thanks, Herc, for that bit of tip. That's great.
Thanks,
so we're going to move on to the next stage. I want to wrap up now. So we've talked about how we build restored expired sites, and like I said, I'm going to scroll up the slide actually because they really are a absolute goldmine. You're essentially getting a backlink on an unrelated third-party site that is in your niche and specific with history and quality and relevance, and doing that in literally half an hour, which would be probably several days of work, even if you could ever find that domain. We've got 60,000 domains in our domain database from the tools we've used to scrape. You can find one with exactly the right anchor text and exactly the right niche, as Chris showed you, and then restore it and bring it back to life and put your backlink on it within half an hour. Because I don't know about you, but I am blown away by our own tool, and I can say that because actually I can blow sunshine because it was Chris's invention, not mine. So I can say how good it is. It's absolutely extraordinary. Anyway, let's move on, because the next thing I want to talk about is PBNs, and it's true that building PBNs is another big issue for people, what holds a lot of people back, because you've got to find an age domain, and you've got to be in the correct niche with good backlinks, anchor text. You've got to build it out. You've got to fill it with content, with links, no links, authority links. You've got to have some media-rich content, quality content. You've got to correctly configure. If you're not going to get de-indexed, there's a few things to do to make sure you don't get de-indexed by Google. And one of those things is to correctly configure with snippets on the home page. If you've got old-fashioned PBN where you just have a home page full of 50 different posts, you're not likely to last long. So it has to be done right, and you can do it right. But the alternative is to forget all of that and to use ours, because we have, yes, an app that enables you to build PBN posts on our PBN network. We've got a network of 195 sites. They're high authority, they're age domain mini sites. They're built exactly how we teach. They cover all the niches that you would want. And it would cost you probably 10 to 20,000. In fact, I'm always conservative there. It costs us over 20,000, and 4 to 6 months to replicate with a team of outsourcers. It's non-trivial, and it comes with our hands-off drip feed posting software running 24/7 on your own server. And I'm going to give you a quick demo of that. So this is it. This is actually a virtual machine that I have access to my remote desktop. So I'm going to set up a new campaign. So I just go create new up here, and I pick my niche, whatever it might be. I don't know, personal weight loss, say, and then weight loss, and then if it's whatever it might be, makeup or whatever your niche is in your category. Anyway, but why am I belaboring this so long? You select your niche and category, then you're going to go to the article master. And so, sorry, there's one more thing you need to do. You need to select the number of posts you want to create. We've actually got 3 networks here, but they're just 3 identical networks. Let's say we want to do 3 posts. We want 3 PBN posts. So we set that there, niche category, number of posts, and we go to article master. You simply type or paste in, or you can upload your articles. Notice it says campaign requires 3 articles. Genius. This is obviously article number 1. You save it, go to article number 2, save it, and so on. And once your 3 articles are in there and saved, you go to submission settings, you put a start date, you put an end date, and you click go. You save campaign and click load run campaign. That's it. Now, with your article, that's a matter of a few seconds, a couple of minutes of work to launch a campaign to build you on a drip feed 3, 5, 10, 15 PBNs, high authority, that you've had to do nothing to create. It's mind-bogglingly simple compared to the alternative of building them yourself. So that's what we provide to you, and it's as simple as that. So creating a PBN is as simple as getting an article written for you, writing it yourself, and taking about 2 minutes with this software. And we are done with PBN. So runs 24/7. Once you've loaded up, you don't have to keep your laptop running overnight or anything silly like that. It runs 24/7 on a virtual private server. This is just a resume. Choose niche and category, choose the number of PBNs you want between 1 and 15, paste your article, click start duration, and click start campaign. Super simple. Now, the last thing, we've covered every category now except for one. And the last thing I'm going to cover are guest posts. So what on earth are guest posts? Well, we've got them covered. Guest posts are essentially websites that will allow a guest to post an article on their website. So there's a number of spammy ones, which you need to really avoid. And there's a number of really, really good ones, as you'd imagine, with super high authority, traffic, and so on. Now, how do we find the good ones? We've got that covered with our guest post assistant, which is here on the page. I'm actually going to slide this to the left a little bit, and you'll see why I do in a moment, because I don't want to give anything away, I'm afraid, on the stage. But I'm going to show you how this works. So let's say we've got dental or faith or business, whatever niche we are. Let's go business. Click on this, and the assistant will basically find and list for you high authority, high domain authority, and I can click and rank them by domain authority. Oh, no, sorry, this is just, it just tells you what the domain authority is. My apologies. That'll pop up there. But you can see down here, domain authority as high as 81 or 80. Some of them are paid, most of them are free, and there's a link right here to the submission page. So just click on the submission page link and you'll go right through to the submission page. That is how quickly you can find get high authority, high quality guest posts in your niche. It's all done for you at the click of a button. So, I mean, all of these apps, guys, they turn what are maybe hour-long or day-long jobs into second-long jobs. That's the power of software. That's the power of automation. Is software can do tasks for you that you program it to do in seconds that might take you hours, days, or even weeks. So, anything else? Do we need to do anything else? Well, I'm going to just put a little bit of icing on the cake, which is one of the most trusted, authoritative, sought-after links on the planet. Guys, tell me in the chat box, what do you think? If you could have a link to your site from any website on the planet, who would you have a link from? Tell me what do you think is the most high authority, relevant link that you could possibly have to your website. Yeah, probably from Google. Google doesn't really give you links. Google's just a search engine, and a lot of you have got it. Wikipedia is the answer that I was talking about. It's a matter of opinion, of course, but certainly Wikipedia is at the top, if not one of the top websites you could have. Google itself doesn't obviously give you links. So how are we going to get a link on Wikipedia? Well, introducing, of course, our application, our software app that does it for you, the Wikipedia Link Master. And interesting, we had this on one of our teachings a while ago from Derek. He said, as you were teaching, I was closing on a website development SEO deal, and I closed the deal because of what you told me about Wikipedia. This was a $30,000 deal. Thanks, Derek. So let me hand the screen back to Chris, who is going to demonstrate this again for you. You ready, Chris?
Yeah, I'm ready, yes.
Okay, here you go. I've handed you the screen. I'll tell you when it comes through. It's through.
Right, okay. So first thing you need to do is go to projects. So, well, actually, the first thing you need to do is create a Wikipedia account. So you would just click on this button here, loads Wikipedia, and you can set up an account for free. It takes seconds to do. So once you've done that, you now need to create a project. So click on projects, and I'm going to create a new project here. I'm going to call it, well, stay in guitars. I'll put Fender guitar, and I'll save the project. Then I need to actually start looking for a Wikipedia page. So select the project. Now I need to do a search phrase, and I'll search Fender Stratocaster. That's a famous electric guitar. Search. And now it's going to bring me back a whole load of Wikipedia pages which have broken links. Okay, so let's say Eric Clapton. I want to check this one out. I can click on here and have a look at the actual page itself, just read up about it, see if that's relevant. Well, it's going to be relevant anyway, but you can check to see if it's relevant that you want to link back from that page. I do, so I'm going to click next. So now the app's going to search and find out exactly which are the broken links, and there's one broken link on here. This is the URL, or the link to the URL. It's a permanent dead link. So I'm going to select that, and that's the one I want to have my link on. So I need to do a bit of work to have a page on my site so that's relevant for Wikipedia to link to it. And when I've done my research, all I need to do is click next. and this is where all the good stuff happens. So what I do is I create a page on my website to be the replacement content for Wikipedia to link to it. So as soon as I've published that post on my site, I then just click the add URL to replace the dead link. So I enter my new URL, so chriscantellslink.com, for example. I can add some text here or leave it blank. I would tend to leave it blank, and I won't delete existing text either. Click the save button. So now that's job done. All I now need to do is click next, and now the app's got all of the code for me. All I now need to do is scroll down, click this button here. Now I'm going to Wikipedia, click in here, do Control A, delete. Oh, they're not letting me delete it. Okay, it doesn't matter. I need to so it's a new update. It happens. It's a live show, live webinar. This is okay. So we need to do an update on the app. Okay, so what's we need to they've only just brought this in, so I can't do the demo for you. But anyway, what would happen would be it would replace the code in the app for this code, and then all I would need to do is select the edit, reason for edits. But I'll need to go through this and change this because Wikipedia has changed it. I'll still be able to add my link, but because they changed it, the app's not going to do the function on this live event. So sorry about that, folks. Over to you then, John.
No worries, Chris. It happens. As he says, it's a live webinar. But anyway, let me just take the screen back. So that little tweak, and we do have to keep our apps updated as these sites which they interact with change, and we do keep them updated. We have our coders on retainer, and we'll just make a tweak for the copy and paste function there in the application. But at the end of that process that Chris showed you, you have a link on Wikipedia, which is just absolutely massive for authority, for trust, for your website. So with that said, we have now covered everything. And boy, I mean, we've talked fast. I've had to talk like 9 to the dozen. I've had to, cover things fairly top level, and I've gone through them all because there's a lot in it. But, really, when you break it down to those simple steps, let's just review what those simple steps are. Step 1, we're going to get an age domain for our money site if we can. If you've got our tool of 60,000 aged high authority domains, you can find exactly what you want. Do you have to start with an age domain? No. You're going to get your content right on page. You're going to make your page hyper relevant for what you want to search for using the Wikipedia Australian Shepherd example that I showed you in our relevant keyword master. You're then going to build a natural foundation, social signals followed by a press release, YouTube links, and a handful of blog comment links, which you can do in half an hour. And then you're going to bring in the heavy artillery. Now, the Super Authority Link Structures application takes you through it step by step, but each of those steps you want to do the work quickly and easily, and that's where we got those other applications, the Site Restorer application, the Power Anchor PBN network, and the Guest Post Assistant, and of course Wikipedia Link Master as well, that are all apps that will help you generate those backlinks in replacing hours or days of work with a matter of seconds or minutes of work. Does it work for others? Well, let me not waste your time. I mean, I know you've been on a lot of webinars where you get like video testimonials and the guy reads them all out and you think, just get on with it. I'm just fed up with all this. So I'm not going to put you through that. I'm just going to give you a link there. And if you want to go and have a look at our page, john-pearce.com/testimonials, you will see, and you can see from the size of this scroll bar over here, we've got just pages and pages and pages of testimonials from going all the way back to when we started to more recently as well. Video testimonials, proof, support testimonials. I mean, you name it, we got it. So if you want to know whether this really works for others, then just go to john-pearce.com/testimonials. But I am not going to take your time now to just trail through them, partly because it would take about an hour. So I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to move on and offer you 3 choices that you have. First choice is to forget about Google traffic. Now, I know a lot of you guys are SEOs, and so you're not going to take this choice, but Google traffic is the most valuable traffic source on the planet for you or for your clients. So you can forget about that if you want. Or you could go after Google traffic by following what I've taught today and do it manually. Or you can take our SEO Breakthrough Turn-Key suite of tools and resources and turn hours or days of work into minutes, seconds, or minutes of work. I hope you've been impressed by the apps. I'm super, super proud of them. They are so powerful in their ability to generate high rankings for you quickly and easily. I really love them. So let's just summarize the entire process. I've already done this. I'm going to skip through this, pick a great age domain from our list of 64,000 domains. Follow the on-site setup guide that we're going to give you in a PDF in a moment. Build a foundation of press release, YouTube links, infographic service, and a few blog comments. Then you're going to bring in the heavy artillery. You'll take our PDF and throw darts at our list of link structures and pick, say, 2 or 3 at random. Or you're going to go to the Super Authority Link Structures app and follow the steps exactly as shown. Just fill it in line at a time. And as you get to lines that ask you to do a certain action, then you can use the push button restore a site restorer that Chris demonstrated. You can use our PBN network and the software to post on a drip feed that I demonstrated. You can use the guest post assistant that I showed you. And then you can finally, put icing on the cake with a Wikipedia link to the page as well. So that is it. What else is there to do? Nothing. Nothing except promote maybe more keywords, more pages, because each time you rank at the top of Google for a keyword or a set of keywords, you're going to start bringing in traffic. And those phrases will stick at the top of Google if you do it the way I've taught. And then what can you do next week? Well, let's promote some different keywords. Let's build a new page and a different set of keywords on a related but perhaps different topic. And we're going to start getting more traffic. And then the next week you can build more rankings and build more traffic. And everything you do builds on the work you've done before. You don't need to do anything to stay at the top for each keyword. You can just build on your success month after month after month. Passive income generated from ranking at the top of Google and that traffic coming to you day after day after day. While you collect checks or payments from your clients, from ClickBank, from Amazon, from Shopify, whatever is your monetization or business strategy, Google traffic is the absolute goldmine. So what about all those apps and resources? You guys have been asking about them. So this is our offer to you, and I want to tell you what's included. Is first of all, you get full access to the entire suite of tools that we've just shown you. You get access to Phoenix, the authority site restorer that Chris demonstrated. Unlimited aged authority domains sourced by a complex process, whereas Chris showed you, you can choose exactly the right niche, aged, high authority domain for yourself. You get the Power Ranker network of PBNs and 24/7 access and autopilot posting through our virtual private server. You get unrestricted access to the Super Authority Link Structures application. You don't even need to know how to do it. You just follow the lines line by line and do what it says. You get unrestricted access to the guest post assistant, which is high authority guest posting domains on tap. You get Wikipedia link master, relevant keyword master, and even some things that I haven't actually talked about in the bottom bullet there. Standalone professional anchor text generator, our spin checker software, and our social signals plugin. I haven't even talked about that. There's even more than I've been able to cover. And you get the training. Now, it's one thing to have the tools, but we want to make sure that we give you the full guidance in detail, over-the-shoulder videos showing exactly how we apply and use each of these steps. It's the most powerful SEO training ever released. I would say that, wouldn't I? I am biased, of course. But honestly, guys, it is the exceptional piece of training, step by step. There's videos, or if you prefer read, we've got all the videos turned into PDFs with screenshots as well of all the steps so that you can read if you prefer rather than watch videos. We include some extras, Amazon page ranking secrets. This is stuff no one will tell you. There are some specifics to ranking Amazon pages. You get also, we've got a specific module on some of the details for local SEO, so you rank not just in one city, but in different regions of the same, greater city area. Really simple little tips and tweaks that can multiply your effectiveness many times over. You get also a credit-based system. So we give you credits for restoring 3 aged domains every month with our site restorer. Every single month you can restore another 3. Now that we've chosen 3 because that is plenty for the average user, more than enough. And we just want to limit load on a server if you're an agency. Now for guys who are agencies who need more, it's $10 for a credit. So if you're an agency doing this and you need much more than that, you're a power user, it's no problem at all. There are more available at a cost of $10 a credit. It's next to nothing. On the PBNs, we give you credits for 45 PBNs. 45. More available again if you're, and that again, that's going to be enough for any normal user ranking whatever he wants. For agencies and so on, we thought it's fair to do it this way. There's more available. They're just $10 each for a PBN post. You go to the internet, you'll cost 50, 60, $100 for a PBN post, and I tell you what, it won't be anything like the quality of ours. It's enough for multiple link structures, rank pretty much anything with what we've got included there. And when it comes to pricing, I mean, I tell you what, we should sell, like the authority site restore itself should be $1,000 product. I mean, or more, you know, because that comes with free domains. So all those 64,000 domains that are available with precise anchor text that you can choose, you know, that's $1,000 product or more. We've got Salsa, Wikipedia, Linkmaster, all the others we've gone through. You know, what would be reasonable for those? Probably $197 per month would be more than reasonable. And then Power Anchor or PBN posts. Well, if you bought 45 PBN posts from someone else, I've searched on the internet, you'll find them about $60 each. That's about $1,800 or probably more, and they won't be anything near the quality of ours. And the access to 195 PBNs, well, you know, tens of thousands of dollars, but let's be conservative, call it 2,000. Now, this is real equivalent pricing of what these things are worth. And when you look at the training, well, our only main competitor in this, who runs a complete SEO course, they charge $8,000 just for the training. You don't get any of the tools and resources that I've been talking about. So if you add those up, and this is not some fake sort of add things up to, adds up to $5 million or whatever. This is, you add those prices up that I just went through, you get 15,000 for just 1 year. And this is no joke. This is the true value behind our products. And we can't charge that, clearly. It's simply unaffordable. We didn't want to just give you one for $1,000 and then come back to you, you know, in a month and say, well, here's another turnkey app that you can have for another $1,000 and whatever. We just want to give a package where it all fits together and you've got everything you need, a one-stop shop to rank anything you like at the top of Google. And 15 grand would just not be affordable. This is one of our successful students, Peter. He says, have you seen what's being sold as an SEO package for $4,000 one time or $400 a month for 12 months? It does not come close to what you guys have, and people are buying crazy. So instead of what's charging what it's worth, we'll charge what we think is fair to all, and it's more fair to you guys than it is to us. And our price for this package is $3,000. But when we do a webinar special for our friends and colleagues, we give a half price, a limited time, 50% discount, and we break it up into a split payment option to make it easy for you guys. So it's 6 monthly payments, which when I look at that on the screen, I think, boy, that is crazy low. That is just stupidly low, actually. 6 payments are just $287 for all of that stuff I've shown you, which is worth tens of well, now I'm exaggerating like a marketer, aren't I? It's worth thousands of dollars. I mean, it literally is. And 6 payments are $287, or if you want to pay in a one-out, it's a single, slightly cheaper payment. But that's not all, as they say, as the marketer says. But that's not all. We wanted to add in a couple of things. Why? We wanted to give you literally everything in one package that you'll need. So we're going to offer you a free press cable press release, which is a true value of $159. That's what it would cost you. And we're going to also have a done for you service. So we're going to do for you 3 done for you guest posts. That is a true value. This is what it would cost you to buy from us, $300. We're going to give you that for free as a bonus. Why? Because we wanted you to literally have every single thing you need in this package to rank your first site or your first client at the top of Google. We've got it all in a winner for you. So last thing, special bonus is that for the first 10 of you guys to join, I'm going to do a one-on-one consultation. So we'll do it live on the phone, on Skype, FaceTime, whatever's easiest, but live by voice. You and I will talk for half an hour. We'll cover whatever you want to talk about. We can talk about the weather, or we can talk about your business. We can talk about the challenges you're having. We can talk about business strategy. I charge $500 for a half-hour session. I'm going to charge $1,000 an hour in consultation. So you get that $500 free if you are one of the first 10 new members to join with us on this webinar. And the final thing I'll say before I give you a link, in fact, Chris, you can put the link, or Todd, put the link in the chat box if you like while I cover this, because the final thing is our double your money back guarantee. This is our guarantee to you. We guarantee you will get your site to the first page of Google in 3 months or less, any site, or we'll give you double your money back. Double your money back. Not just once your money back, but we'll give you double just to compensate for the hassle. So it's a quick way to earn some money if you want to do it this way. Well, in fact, you'll earn a lot more money because you'll rank, and you won't need the money back because you'll be making it. But there's just a couple of conditions in that. You have to obviously implement our teaching. You can't implement someone else's teaching and say that didn't work and get double money back. We're guaranteeing our strategies and teaching, not someone else's. So you have to follow ours. And listen, guys, if it's not working for you for some reason, so if the middle of month 2, it's just not working out, come to us. And we're totally available in support. We're not big marketers. You know, you write a support ticket to us and say an address, I want to speak to Chris or John, it comes straight to us. Our staff, we do have staff. We have one who is instructed. We tell her, Carrie, she lives in Southern California. She's American, English speaking, natural born American. We say to her, Carrie, if there's someone who wants to speak to John or Chris, you send it straight on to us accordingly. And come to us and tell us, John, Chris, it's not working for me. This is what I've done. This is what's happening. We'll work with you guys. We will work with you to get you ranking. The support is there. We don't want to leave anyone behind. Just so long as you follow our teaching, we'll work with you. So there is the link on the screen, and it's also in the chat box, I hope, if you guys have put it in already. Yes, it is. So have a look in the chat box, click there, or type it in from the screen. There's the 6 payments of 287. Oh, I should talk about the 17 a month. Sorry. There is a tick over after the initial payment of 17 a month, which is basically, and you can cancel that anytime you want. It's basically to cover the server costs and the support costs that we have. And it's quite expensive running these apps. It's quite expensive running the servers and running the support staff that keep everything clean. So Carrie, that I just mentioned, she looks at every single post on our PBN network. She reads every single one to make sure they're not spammy, to make sure they're good quality, to make sure someone hasn't made a mistake and posted them to the wrong website. You know, that sort of stuff costs money. You know, she's an English-speaking American, and not some outsourcer from India or Pakistan. This is genuine stuff. So we need a little bit of tick over money. It just gives us the breathing space to make sure we can keep everything updated. We're not always having to go hand to mouth to make sure we've covered our server and staff costs. So that's 17 a month. And don't forget, first 10 new members, one-on-one consultation available. So I think the value is exceptional. I am biased, of course, but boy, do I wish that Chris and I had this stuff when we started out in SEO. It would have been a hell of a lot easier. And Todd Herc, I think you might want to have a chat and present some stuff now. So when you're ready, please go ahead and take the screen, and please let us know what you think.
Okay, guys. So Todd and I are also obviously going to add our own bonus to this. And you guys saw a lot about Keyword Finder and keyword research. And keyword research really is just, it's so massively important. I mean, targeting the wrong keywords is the first step to failure for a lot of your campaigns. If you don't get traffic to your keywords, it's going to be tough. If they're not valuable keywords, it's going to be tough. So we want to add a bonus to this for keyword supremacy. So before I demo this, just give me a 1 if you've seen keyword supremacy in the past few months or you see me talking about it. Give me a 2 if you haven't. It'll let me know how in depth I need to go here. Okay. All right, most of you have seen it, so I will be quick. There's a few of you that haven't seen it. Greg says I've just seen it and love it. Yeah, and it's continually getting better. So let me just give you a quick rundown of how this works, guys. I've already done the searches to make things speed up. But let's say you wanted to go into like the online guitar niche, like you're selling jam play or you're selling, you know, guitar tricks or whatever, and you need to find keywords. And typically you want to try and find keywords that most people aren't targeting, that they're kind of in a sweet spot. Well, there's a couple ways you can do it now with keyword supremacy. One of the biggest updates that we made to this tool lately is that we're pulling back all our volume and cost per click and AdWords competition metrics directly from Google. So the reason this tool is good is because it helps you find keywords using specific methodologies. Most keyword tools, you just type in your keyword and then it spits out suggestions for you, whereas we can do that, but one thing that's a lot better is the auto suggest. Okay, so if I put in the auto suggest keyword of guitar lessons, what it's going to do is actually go to Google, and you know how it suggests keywords as you're typing words in? That's what this is going to do based on your seed keyword. Okay, so it's going to go type in guitar lessons and then grab all the suggestions for every letter in the alphabet. Now, why are auto suggest words so great? Number one, they are dynamic. Google auto suggests what's relevant. It's based on what's being searched a lot. So auto suggest actually changes over time. The search that I do today and the suggestions that we get back might change over time. Next month, they might, there might be a new trending topic that Google pops in the auto suggest that you'll get. Number two, it'll help you find words that you're not even thinking of. Okay, it takes the thinking out of it. So you can see like guitar lessons, Ann Arbor, Anchorage, and then what you do is once the suggestions are, you click on the button to get the metrics, and then what'll happen, it'll send it over into your search history. Okay, and let me show you, we've done this already. Let me show you what kind of keywords it comes up with. So here's the guitar lessons search that I did in Google. It found 369 keywords, and now I'm going to just go through them, and then I'm going to see the amount of words in the keyword, the volume from Google, the CPC from Google, and the AdWords competition. This doesn't mean how hard or easy it is to rank. What it means is how many people are bidding on these keywords. What's your competition if you were to bid on the keywords? The higher the competition, the more people going after those type of keywords, meaning there's money in that market. So you can see there's a lot of good keywords for guitar lessons and a lot of ways to really niche down, not just guitar lessons, but bass guitar lessons on YouTube, best online guitar lessons, free guitar lessons. I'll tell you, there's metal guitar lessons, there's blues guitar lessons, classical guitar lessons, bass guitar lessons, different types of guitars. There's just all kinds of ways to go into the guitar lesson niche and really break it down into other types of keywords. So that's one way. We'll suggest all the words to you after the word guitar lessons. The next way is to use something called a wildcard and get all the suggestions of guitar lessons, but the word has to be suggested. What we're saying here is suggest the word before the word seed keyword guitar lessons. So I'll load that one. So for instance, best online guitar lessons, bass guitar lessons, Keith Urban guitar lessons, there you go. Like that right there, just wanting to play guitar like a person. Well, you can see Keith Urban alone has 1,600 searches a month, but how many guitar players are out there that play guitar? Like that's a whole new world of keywords by targeting the name of the person and then guitar lessons after it. So kid guitar lessons, bass guitar, acoustic, jazz, classical, how much are guitar lessons? And you can see all the data. One more way I'm going to show you real quickly, guys, in the search keywords is the typical way that most keyword tools are used to. And that's by using something called the similar tab. So I'm going to just load those up. It grabbed 1,000 keywords out of there, and then I'll just organize by volume. You can see like there's tons of guitar lesson keywords. So there's just different ways to do things. So what we want to do, guys, is give you access to this keyword tool, okay, as part of your purchase. But the way we're going to do it is if you buy the one-time offer, we're going to give you access to something called the global database, okay? And let me just kind of demonstrate what the global database is. We have over 1,000 users in Keyword Supremacy, and every time they do a search and a new keyword is found, we add it to the global database, okay? So you can see if I scroll down, we have over 500 million keywords in this global database. And the nice thing about the global database is it's just all there. It doesn't require any credits to use, whereas the search functions, when you go to get your metrics, that's what requires credits. So we're going to give anyone that buys the one pay option, the $14.97, we're going to give you access to the global database plus 100 credits, which will bring back, you can get up to 1,000 keyword results per credit. So if we give you 100 credits, that's 100,000 keywords that you can analyze and sort through. But the global database, we're going to give you 1 year access to that, and it works like this, okay? It's already got all the keywords loaded into it based on all the searches every other user of the tool is doing. So all you have to do is type in the keyword that you're looking for keywords for and click go, and it'll filter through those 500 million keywords, and of course growing every day as users are using the tool, and it'll give you all those keywords. Sorry, something weird just happened there. Let me do that again. Guitar lessons. Okay, let me search that again. There we go. So now we filtered down from 500 million to 4,892 keywords. Obviously, not all of them are going to have volume or CPC that you want, but that's why we have filters. So if I set a filter to say, show me keywords with at least 999 searches in the guitar lessons niche from the global database, that'll filter down to 41 more entries. Plus, you can always use your credits to go and expand that. So we want to give you both. We're going to give you 1 year access to the global database, which is crazy. If you don't know what you're looking for, all you have to do is go to the search database and set filters. Maybe you're not searching for a particular keyword, you're looking for a niche, right? Which niche do I want to go into? And when you're searching for a niche where you don't even have an idea, what you want to do is do it through the filters. So you'll take all the keywords and you'll set a filter of, say, show me keywords in a sweet spot between 3,000 searches and maybe 11,000 searches. I want a really solid cost per click of $5, and I want to know that, you know, the AdWords competition is at least pointing 0.3 so that people are spending money. Okay, then you click go once you set your filters, and now you're niche hunting. What are the good niches that I can get into? So let this run for a second. It's processing 500 million keywords. It shouldn't take me that long, but we're on a webinar and things happen on a webinar sometimes. So let's just run that. There you go. 81,000 keyword niches that are in the global database. 81,000 keywords between search volume 3,000 per month and $11,000 per month with a cost per click of 5 to 50. So what can you do from there? Well, now you can sort by volume, you can sort by CPC, you can sort by the number of words that are in the keyword. Long tail versions of keywords are awesome, guys. Like when you get over 5 words in a keyword, like stuff like how to start a cleaning business, which is for some reason it thinks it's 11 words. We'll get that fixed. But this one's a good one. How to open a checking account online for free with no deposit. That's a pretty long keyword that gets 8,000 searches a month with a $35 CPC. It's a great niche to get into if you have a checking account thing. Credit scores, you can see here, there's Medicare, all kinds of good stuff here, guys, that you can get into to help you pick a niche and then take those keywords and then go and search them a little deeper and a little more specific using your credits. This is going to get added to your account. So the way it's going to work, okay, if you get SEO breakthrough training and software from this link, our Supremacy bonus, if you get the one pay, is we're going to give you 1 year access to that global database that'll help you niche hunt or find relevant keywords. And we're going to also give you 100 keyword Supremacy credits. Okay, that's like a $564 value for both. If you guys just take the multi-pay, we'll give you 100 credits, which is good for 100,000 keywords. Okay, that'll be included if you choose the multi-pay option. All you have to do to claim your bonuses, guys, send your receipt to our support desk, support@supremacydigital.com, support@projectsupremacy.com, support@keywordsupremacy.com, whatever you're used to. They all go to our support desk, okay? And send us your receipt for either one that you buy, and we'll set you up with those accounts. So the link to get the package, guys, is supremacy.digital/turnkey, and we will add that bonus. Hopefully that's pretty clear what that bonus is. So if anybody has any questions about that, go ahead and ask, and what I'll do is I'll send it back to John so we can basically close out the webinar, do questions and answers and stuff like that. Here we go. John, I'm sending it back to you.
Appreciate that. Thanks. That is just an awesome bonus. Thank you so much. Particularly as, you know, Keyword Finder used to be free. You could do up to 5 searches a day free, and they no longer give you a free account. So, you know, that is just awesome to have that thrown in. Really makes this a completely complete package. And I really appreciate you and Todd doing that. That is really, really awesome. And what a great piece of software. Guys, I just want to pretty much wrap up. There's a couple of Q&As, a couple of questions that come up. Some people are asking, will the software, all the apps work on Mac and PC? The answer is yes. They are all web-based. So they all work Mac and PC independent. People are asking about different languages. Yes, our training shows you how to rank not only English websites in the US, or of course other English-speaking countries, but in other languages as well. We teach you specifically how to do that if you want to rank in France or Germany or Spanish languages or wherever you want to rank. Yes, any niche you like, and yes, as many websites as you like. There is no limit. You can use our tools ongoing indefinitely into the future, and there is no limit on what you can do other than the credits that I've talked about, like the 3 credits a month for, you can restore 3 credits a month. You can restore 3 websites a month or more if you want to pay just an extra $10. So, you know, 3 is going to be more than enough from the average user. We just want the agency guys to have to pay just a little bit extra to cover server costs and whatever. I think the last thing I want to do, and Chris, jump in a moment if there's any specific questions that we should cover that I haven't. But the last thing I'd like to do is just show you quickly through the website. So this is our website, SEO Breakthrough, John Pearce and Chris Cantell. And what we've tried to do is make this as simple as intuitive to follow as possible. And so we've got a little menu item here for SEO. So dashboard's just a couple of, start here and a couple of bits of admin. SEO preparation, right here, this is what it says. It's some preparation steps you need to take. Then we've got the 3 steps that I've covered. Step 1, the money site, how you do it. and then the app that applies to that, the relevant keyword master I showed you with the Australian Shepherd example earlier. Once you completed step 1, you go to step 2, which is the backlink foundations. So it's a little bit of description of the strategy, a little bit of talk about anchor text we use, social signals that I mentioned, and then essential backlinks, which are all about building those fundamental underlying foundational backlinks in step 2 to make yourself white hat. This is also where the link is to our Wikipedia link master software application. And then step 3 is the heavy artillery, power backlinking. And so we've got building link structures, how we build the link structures and why are explained, and the link to the Super Authority Link Structures application is right here as well. So we've got teaching and we've got the app. This is the basic theme, step-by-step teaching and then the app. We've got social signals and traffic, a little bit of teaching there. 301 redirects is one thing that I haven't covered today. Those are very key that you use them the right way. You can use them the right way and you can use them the wrong way. So we talk about that and where they help. And then restoring expired sites with, again, the Phoenix app, the Authority Site Restorer that Chris demonstrated is linked to here. Guest posts and the guest post assistant, and Power Anchor, our PBNs, and the Power Anchor network are there. So step 1, step 2, step 3, simple as that. Specialty SEO, where you have to add some tweaks and differences for local and for Amazon rankings, are both listed here under Specialty SEO, because there are some just little tweaks and differences for those two particular ranking strategies you want. And then most of you aren't going to need this, but if you are an agency, if you want to build your own stuff, if you want to do things from the ground up, we teach you exactly how to build PBN mini sites so they won't get de-indexed. We show you how to find guest post sites yourself if you want to, and finding domains for PBN mini sites and res sites. So if you want to do any of these things yourself, you can. For 99% of you, you will not need to look in this tab at all. It's just there for the power users if you want to. And we've got a handful of bonuses, including monthly ongoing coaching we do. As things change, we keep you up to speed. So that's all in there, but the key is right here. Step 1, step 2, step 3, and then some specialty considerations for those areas. So we try to set it out as simply as possible so that you can find it and use it as simply as possible. So there again is the link on the screen. It's in the chat box. As is in the chat box is also the links to the PDFs that I promised. I posted those a little bit. So there's the PDFs, infographic sites, how we find good blog commenting sites, and then again the link to join us in SEO Breakthrough here. We do still have some of that first 10 spots available. We've got a couple, and what I'm going to do is I'll have to refresh my shopping cart. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold those slots open for anyone who buys within the webinar, which is going to be closed very, very shortly now. Any minute now we're going to close it. So I will honor that. I love talking to people, honestly. My wife does not like me talking to people because I'm going to end up a divorced man if I do that too much. But anyway, it's there for you if you want to jump in now. I wish we'd had this when we started. So at that point, I think, Chris, unless there's are there been any burning questions we should answer, or have I pretty much covered the ones?
Yeah, no, Herc's done a great job. He's types faster than I do. So yeah, it's answer the questions. Great. Just one thing, the Wikipedia link master, which I couldn't get working in the demonstration, it's working. So I got it working. They've added one extra step. So quick code on the app, but I've got the link there. I could show you, but I think
we'll get the guys to trust us. We made the one extra step change in it, and it functions.
Yes.
If you don't trust us, we'll give you your money back. But if it doesn't work, but it's there. So that's great. Herc, I'm just going to hand over to you, if I may, and let you wrap up and close. And I'm going to mute my mic and have a bite to eat. And sure. I just want to thank everyone for attending. And I hope you've got something out of this, whether you join us or not. I hope you do join us. I guarantee we will rank your sites using our apps very, very simply and straightforwardly. So with that said, goodbye from me, and thanks very much. And over to you, Herc and Chris, to wrap up.
Yes, Herc and Todd, thanks very much for hosting the webinar for us and for your amazing bonus. That's fantastic. We really appreciate that. It's been great working with you again, as always. And for everyone who's been on the webinar, thanks very much for your attention on it, and hope you got a lot out of it. And please join us. It'd be great to have you. All the best, guys.
You guys are talking like we're not going to be on the webinar for much longer, but we're going to be another hour or two at least answering questions.
All right.
Thanks, Chris and John. I really appreciate you guys' time. Great stuff. Great stuff. Great improvements from the last time we ran this. Great stuff. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I want to mention, guys, that we did run this webinar with Chris and John. Oh God, like what, 4 years ago?
3.5.
3 years ago. And the reason we wanted to run it again is because the tools are getting better. Obviously, SEO landscape is changing. Things are always changing. The core fundamentals, though, don't really change, right? In SEO, they haven't really changed for as long as I've been in SEO. But their tools are getting better. They've gotten. I watched a replay from a Facebook ad they were running actually, and I watched the whole webinar again. I was just like, wow, like this thing is awesome, guys. Like seriously, the price for this is insane. Like the amount of tools that you get, like you're getting I love them, so many of them. I just want to talk a little bit about them. The backlink structure diagram and the tool that keeps you on track is amazing. I'm a very organized person. I have OCD. When you're going to build out a plan, it's often nice to have that sort of thing in place where you can see what the entire plan is. You can edit the plan as you're going to see what steps you have completed, what steps you have left to complete, and it's great to see the plan completed as well, and that tool is amazing. The access to the PBN network. I run a PBN, guys, of 150 sites or something, and I'll tell you, I've probably invested in total close to 6 figures to building and running and maintaining that PBN. So having access to a tool where all you have to do is supply an article and it auto posts into it for you is a great way to get around the headaches of building and maintaining your own PBN. The Wikipedia link generator. I mean, who doesn't want links off Wikipedia in a relevant format? So you just go build out a page of content that's going to make sense for the link that you go build. Then you go find a broken link on Wikipedia and replace it with your own. Amazing. What else was there in there? There was the site restorer, like the big database of expired domains and the ability to just one-click restore them from archive.org is just massive. There's just so many amazing tools in here. The guest post, going to find guest posts, like it just all adds up to a suite of tools, guys, that's going to really streamline your process for building and ranking sites with SEO. And then if you're combining tools like Keyword Supremacy and Project Supremacy to optimize those sites, which you guys can get access to, it's just a no-brainer. It's just so obvious to me. It's just such a great tool. We're so happy to have this webinar again on there. So thanks again, guys. Anyone that has any questions, go ahead and ask them now. But what Todd and I are going to do, we didn't really announce this, but we want to start doing this on every webinar. We want to thank you guys for attending and staying specifically on the webinar. And the way we're going to do that is give away Keyword Supremacy credits at the end of every webinar from now on, starting today. It's just going to be a thing we do. You guys come on our webinar, 3 people are going to win Keyword Supremacy credits because we're really pushing that tool. Because it's just so good and it's going to get so much better. So what we're going to do right now is our you guys have probably seen this before, is our little random number generator game. Yeah, just a thing we do. I love that quote. Yeah, it's just a thing that we're going to do from now on. So guys, we're going to give away 10, 15, and 25 credits right now. So let's do this, guys. Pick a number between 1 and 100. Okay, pick a number between 1 and 100, type it into the chat right now. The closest person to that number is going to win 10 Keyword Supremacy credits. If 2 people guess the same number that's the closest, you'll both win 10 Keyword Supremacy credits. So go ahead right now, pick a number between 1 and 100, type it in, 1 guess only per person. Okay, if you guess twice, we're going to pick the first one because everything's timestamped. And then we'll send you those credits. Well, we'll show you how to get the credits. So numbers are not coming in anymore. There's 32 people still on the webinar, but there's only like 17 numbers. So your odds just improve because some people either aren't paying attention or just are too lazy to win credits. So here we go, guys. I'm going to generate the number right now. 3, 2, 1, 26. 26. We have a 17. Greg Young. Okay, Greg, submit a ticket. Tanya's on the webinar actually. There you go, Craig, or Greg. You just won 10 credits to Keyword Supremacy. That's good for 10,000 keyword lookups if you're using related or similar, or up to 3,600 if you're using suggest. All right, now we're gonna do between 200 and 299. Okay, guys,
Throw in another number. Greg, you can't win on this one. You already won one, so we want to be fair to everybody. Guys, throw in a number between 200 and 299. Sorry, bud. You could guess again if you want, just to see how close you get, but you can't win again.
What happened to 100 to 199?
I already have a bunch of 1 numbers as the starting
Gotcha.
number, so when I sort, it's just easier this way. Next, I'll do 400 and 499.
Just messing with you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, somebody threw in a 162 there. Michael, you want to
Mike,
resubmit
you're
that?
way off. I'm going to give you another chance to get your number right. Between 200 and 299, Mike James. Okay, there you go, 262. All right, guys, it looks like it's stopped here.
Hold on.
Okay, I'm going to generate.
There we go.
3, 2, 1. 207. We got a 213. I think that's the winner.
213. Charles.
Charles Keel. Send in a ticket. Sorry, that was for 15 credits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there you go. Charles, congrats. All right. And between 400 and 499, type in your numbers. This is going to be the last one. And then we'll end the webinar. Start coming on the training webinars, guys. Project Supremacy training webinars. We have Ask Me Anything, Supremacy Digital webinars. Start coming on the webinars if you want to win credits, but it's not about winning credits. It's about gaining knowledge and seeing all the updates to all the tools. Keyword Supremacy is getting updated like crazy, guys. Project Supremacy is getting updated like crazy. Todd's got another software under his belt that's going to do something pretty cool. It's going to come up pretty soon. There's just always good shit happening. So you guys need to be attending those training webinars. They're awesome. People love them when they come, but our numbers have been kind of suffering lately. So we're going to help boost them up by giving you guys shit. All right.
Dale, check your number.
Yeah, Dale, you guessed 384. That's outside of the range. We'll give you one more chance to get it right. Okay, Dale's right on the line. I like it. All right, here we go, guys. For 25 Keyword Supremacy credits, we're going to generate 3, 2, 1, 490. We got a 487. I think that's the one.
Marcus.
Yeah, Marcus. Tanya, I know you're on the webinar, so these tickets are going to come in. So there you go, Marcus. 25 credits are yeah. I like it too, Greg. Thanks. Maybe we'll have more prizes later on, but yeah, we're gonna start doing this every webinar, guys, because we want to push keyword supremacy. We want you guys attending the training webinars because there's good stuff on there. We want you knowing about the tools like the 404. Did anyone even know that the 301 and 404 monitor of Project Supremacy just got a massive update, and it was so damn good. We have a 19-page article coming out just on how to use like the expired domains that John and Chris were talking about, how to automatically find all the live traffic coming to your site to links that no longer exist and all the backlinks that you got and set up automatic 301s anywhere you want to go. We have a 19-page article coming out based on that one feature alone that just got an update. Project Supremacy is getting crazy updates. We're going to talk about them on those training webinars. Keyword Supremacy is going to keep getting better. We're going to talk about those. So make sure you come. It'll be fun. You'll learn a lot. You'll win credits. So Dale, if you have the unlimited Keyword Supremacy, if you bought like from when we released that package, if you have the unlimited, you don't even have to worry about credits. Basically, guys, I'll just say it really quickly. I know it's kind of off topic, but we offer an unlimited search where it doesn't require credits to use the search functions of the tool. It will just search without keywords. Just like when I go do search, it'll still say you're searching, but it won't deduct credits. If you have credits and you decide to purchase the unlimited or the creditless search, your credits stay in your account for if you ever cancel your monthly, and then you can go back to using credits. So we have both options. If you guys want to see that webinar, just go to keywordsupremacy.com. I think it's 2019 replay. I'll put that in the chat box for you guys too. I don't want to keep John and Chris on any longer. Yeah, there you go. Okay, you can see a lot of the updates to keyword supremacy there, guys. Other than that, I'm done. Thanks to Chris and John. I'll leave this here one more time. If you guys want to get SEO breakthrough, okay, there's the link. There's our bonuses. There's the support emails that you'll need if anything goes wrong. Once again, thanks Chris and John for coming on and showing off your amazing suite of tools and education. It was great to have you guys on, and fun to work with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks a lot, guys. And I just also wanted to kind of recap a little bit on some of those tools they were using. I know for one that, well, I've been building, tools for a really long time in this space. So it's also Herc. Me and Herc have been together like almost 5 years now. But prior to that, I was building a lot of this stuff. And I tell you what, that Wayback Machine rebuilder from archive.org that they were demonstrating earlier, that is not easy, guys. That is an extremely complex piece of software that enables you to pull down all the content and rebuild that domain the way it was before when you're buying an expired domain. And if you've ever also have another big app that goes out and finds a lot of expired domains that you can go in and buy for renew for $8 or $10. And being able to rebuild them using a tool or manually, just forget about it. It's just too damn difficult. But being able to download all those files and put them all back together and put them back into hosting is an extremely difficult task. And I just want to give mad props to Chris for being able to come up with a great solution for that. And it's very, very powerful. If you do, as we do domain analyzation as far as how much power they have, how much trust flow or how many backlinks they have in, how much juice, right? We call it juice. And then we want to pass that juice into other properties, maybe second tier that flow down into your domain or what have you. You kind of figure out how you want to link that back down. There's a lot of great information inside of SEO Breakthrough as well, how they do it. And you can see from all the testimonials and all the proof that they showed of using this process of what they're doing in order to get ranking actually works. And these guys experience in SEO, these guys longevity in SEO. You never have I ever heard a negative word about John or Chris in this space. And believe me, I know everybody in this space, and I know all the dirt in this space, and I've tried everything in this space. And I just can't say enough about how great John and Chris are to work with and how good their tools are. And Chris is like the real mad scientist behind it all. I'm sure you guys kind of got a drift of that whenever he was doing his presentation, and he really knows those softwares ins and outs. He's designed them himself and had them coded. He's just been on point with all that software for many years. Like I said, I've known these guys for many years, and yeah, I just can't say enough, man. Hopefully, good God, the price is amazing. Either way you look at it, even the one-time price is amazing. You throw in our bonus and it's just over the top. And then the monthly option for those of you that are okay with paying a little bit more. Obviously, if you do the math on the split pays there. Sorry about that, my phone. You do the math on the split pay. You are paying a little bit of what when you call it interest. You can. But there's the one-time or the 6 pay, that's just a phenomenal deal. If for those of you that are really wanting to push some of your sites up, or those of your clients. So all right, I could ramble on and on. Probably I get so excited when I see John and Chris's new stuff because I just think they're great, and I really encourage each and every one of you to at least give it a shot and put some of their knowledge. And obviously use a lot of their tools to help you automate the process of doing SEO, because we all know that, like Herc said, he's spent close to 6 figures on his PBN, and I have too. So it's not cheap to go out and do everything yourself and, hire a bunch of people to do all the things for you when you have a great tool like SEO Breakthrough. So that's all I got. I know we went a little bit over time today. We're exactly 2 hours. Well, we started at 8 minutes past the hour, and we're ending at 2 hours at 8 minutes past the hour. So we're right on time here. 2-hour webinar as usual. Thanks once again for everyone that showed up today. We really do appreciate the attendance. We really love those questions. We really love the feedback. So many familiar names. And I was going to say faces, but I can't. But so many familiar names out there, man. Love all you guys. Thanks again, Herc, for doing a great keyword tool presentation. And yeah, that's all I got. You guys have a great week. If you missed the first part of this, the replay will be up probably in a few hours. We'll send out a mail, but always, as always, it'll be in the Supremacy Digital webinars area. I'm sure you guys are familiar with that by now. So get on over there in a few hours. I know there were a few people that asked for the replay because they came in late. But check it out. Just watch how great this tool set is, and you'll be amazed. All right, that's all I got. Herc, any last words from you?
Nope, that's it. Let me get to the replay, guys. I'll get it up as fast as possible, and we'll mail it out to you.
All right, guys, have a great weekend, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.